Alright, Chapter 8, Maintenance Rail Car, Brake Equipment, Section 7, or sorry, 6, Special Purpose Equipment. 826, Air Strainer and Wasp Excluder. General, the 3/8 inch OB1 strainer with a choke with a foreign strip to other special purpose cars is connected with a triple valve exhaust with a short pipe with the nipple that takes place with the pressure retaining valve with the pipe described in paragraph 821G. The purpose of the device is to choke with the brake cylinder with the exhaust provided with a longer release time after the release has been started of the device. However, the exhaust of the air pressure of the reduced rate, the strainer curled, hair cleans the air and protects the choke from being clogged. The wasp excluder located in the strainer opening of the atmosphere includes clear passage. Components: 3/8 inch OB1 air strainer choke valve wasp excluder consists of a strainer body taped for a 3/8 inch pipe, perforated brass plate, curly hair which cleans the air, and the choke fitting with the which holds the choke of the wasp excluder. The OB1 strainer is connected with the triple valve exhaust pipe by the cap. The path of exhaust of the air through the cap strainer, hair, choke, and the wasp excluder to the atmosphere. The wasp excluder may be encountered with the freight car built with the 827 combined brake cylinder with auxiliary reserve. General, the auxiliary reserve of the choke has been served with the tube leading with the brake cylinder perfect the choke is nullified with the quick action feature of the other respect for the reserve of the brake pipe cylinder are the same as those described elsewhere in this manual. Piston travel less than 7 inches or more than 9 inches must be adjusted approximately 8 inches. B. Operation. The operation of the equipment is the same as described in paragraph 816, except for the brake pipe pressure is suddenly reduced to the cause of the emergency quick action described in paragraph 823G and figure 850. The choke within its control of the flow of the brake pipe at the air, the brake cylinder, therefore preventing the quick action from being passed to adjoin the equipment. Consequently, a train and special purpose equipment, the brake pipe reduction will not be at an emergency rate through the train or an account of the control of the flow of the brake pipe air through the choke of the brake cylinder. Some of the equipment has been manufactured without a choke plug, but with the auxiliary reserve tap, the insertion of a plug later if desired. Consequently, on the equipment, the quick action feature 820B is operative. Alright, 828, single car testing device. Operation. The purpose of the single car testing device, figure 851, provided with the means of the general checking of the condition of the brake equipment, the indicate cards. Cars will serve on the cars which have undergone periodic repairs without removal of any of the device from the car. There are two types of single car testing device with a similar appearance. One is for passenger cars, the other is for freight. The passenger devices identify the nameplate marked pass, while the freight car is marked FRT. The freight devices are now equipped with the flow rate to check the flow of the air through the device. The single car testing device arrangement must include a suitable feed valve with reducing valve supply line purpose provided with a constant pressure source defined in the test codes and efficient air filter and supply line ahead of the feed valve. 3. The use of the hose optional between the testing device and outlet hosing of the coupling which connects the brake pipe to the hose on the car. Outlet house must be 3/4 inch diameter with 1/2 inch connecting nipples must not be more than 8 feet long. In the event of the valve failing to pass the specified test, it should be ascertained that the single car testing device is not at fault. If the device is not at fault, the air brakes must be cleaned. Care should be exercised moving the test device handle position number 3 lap after making the brake pipe reduction to 15 pounds or more. Position number 5 snap back and the temporary effect position cover the brake pipe pressure 1 1/2 to 2 pounds may cover the undesired relief. The device handle should be moved slowly toward the lap position. 6. When making the test of the car having two sets of brake equipment, each set of it must be tested separately with the brake pipe cut out with the closed for the one set while the other set is being tested. Complete tests, including the brake pipe leakage on the passenger cars, must, however, be made with each of the equipment, unless the passenger single car testing device with the flow rate is used. If both sets are connected to use one of the common brake cylinder release valve, it will also necessary to blank off 3/4 inch brake pipe cylinder pressure pipes at both control valve and the brake cylinder on the set not being tested. This may readily be done by temporarily inserting 1/16 by 1/7/8 inch blanking plates between the flanging fittings and bolting faces. Alright, figure 851 shows the freight car single car testing device flow rater. Supply line, brake pipe, dummy testing coupling, existing gauges of 3.5 type at 3.5 type inches may be continued on device's service. Alright, we're going to back out of this 2 steps. Alright, your piping diagram arrangement of testing standard passenger single car testing device. Starting with the strainer, moving to supply cock mounting facility for the test rack feed valve, 3/4 inch pipe supply reservoir, going around to a single air pointer gauge. Also, one following from the supply reservoir, 1/2 inch pipe cut. Number 1, 3/4 inch hose by 60 inch hose to the single car testing flow rater, a 3/4 inch 60 inch pipe. Cock number 2, 1/2 inch pipe not more than 6 feet, no more in length, no less than 5 feet. Operating reserved to single pointer air gauge. Alright, 7. Air single equipment must be tested as provided in the Westinghouse Instruction Leaf number 23772. General instruction testing maintains single freight car single testing device. Secure, reliable, uniform results of the single car testing device. It must be kept free of leakage, must be tested. Figure 852 is not less than once every 30 days, often necessary. Any leakage must be corrected. As often surface conditions require, the rotary valve must be lubricated with a suitable diaphragm cock and necessary to apply on small amount of the suitable grease to the cam part of the handle with its contact with the actuating plunger. 3. The test gauge must be kept accurate with the must compare with the master gauge often the device tested. Step-by-step instruction on how to operate the test device. Make various tests to maintain the device obtained with the DWAB instruction pamphlet number 5039-4 sublime number 1 single target device and code of tests. Testing device code of tests. Alright, Section 7, Vacuum Automatic Brakes. Vacuum brakes are extensively used in the South American republics, Africa, India, and Great Britain. Vacuum automatic brakes equipment offers various simple, efficient means of providing braking power for relatively light tonnage trains. The vacuum brake system maximum available pressure for applying lines. Applying the brake is less than the atmosphere, consequently much larger than brake cylinders are necessary to provide the needed force in the compressed air brake system used in some of the other parts of the world such as China, Korea, and Japan. Figure 853 illustrates the components of the parts conventional vacuum brake testing. Alright, general arrangement of vacuum automatic brake testing. You have your exhaust elbow going into the duplex gauge steam supply, SJ ejector relief valve, release valve going in the vacuum chamber to the hose connection, the F-gas cylinder to the siphon. Also from the release valve, exhaust blow, you go into the dirt trap and valve. You got a drip from the relief valve, hose and C coupling, direct emission valve, car from the locomotive to the car, locomotive has a siphon, vacuum chamber, hose connection, F-class cylinder, exhaust elbow, duplex gauge, steam supply, SJ, and a relief valve. From the locomotive, you go into from the drip type valve to the drip, hose C coupling, hose and C coupling into the car, which has direct emission valve to ball valve and the C-class combined cylinder. The line goes then to the car valve, single gauge or branch pipe communicator valve. Alright, 8:30, operating steam locomotive. The train pipe of the vacuum chamber are carried with the sub-atmospheric pressure during the relief of the running operation of the pressure of the both sides of the brake cylinder piston, and this is equalized. The brake cylinder braking force is removed from the brake shoes to apply the brake. The vacuum of the train line is reduced by the admitting of the atmosphere through the train line with this inflow of the air over the creates the difference in pressure across the brake cylinder piston, resulting in the force with the transmitted through the brake rigging and the brake shoes to apply the brakes. The steam ejector of the locomotive uses the steam at the below pressure to create the vacuum in the vacuum reservoir of the train pipe. In such time, the desire for the apply the brakes, the vacuum reduction attachment with the steam ejector control for the amount of vacuum in the train with the constant pressure maximum valve, irrespectively variation of the steam pressure. Each of the brake cylinder is connected with one side of the piston open to the train line, the other side open to the vacuum chamber, which is evacuated to the corresponding train line condition with the ball through a ball type check. The apply with the brakes if necessary only partially reduce the vacuum. The application side with the brake cylinder piston disturbing the vacuum chamber side. This is done admitting the air with the atmosphere of the train line. The maximum power is derived from the brake cylinder, maintaining vacuum with the vacuum changer side with the piston completely destroying the vacuum in its train line. RC, the vacuum system is made of two separate pipelines connected with the steam injector. The first line with the locomotive tender to only the connect with the vacuum reserve of the chambers above the brake cylinder pressure for the vacuum chamber connection with the steam injector. The second line is the train line. Must run the entire length of the train is made up of the permanently fixed lines on each of the car locomotive tender. The second line is coupled between the cars with the flexible hose and the coupling. The line is then connected to each of the cars to all the vacuum chamber through a ball valve at each end of the train valve. Both at the head of the locomotive at the rear of the last car are closed by placing couplings on double coupling plugs. Atmospheric pressure force with the coupling gasket with the seal of the plug, thereby effectively closing the ends of the system. On heavy steam locomotives, it's customary to use live steam. The driver brake cylinder with the vacuum brakes, the tender with the emission of the steam, and the exhausting steam with the steam brake cylinders control the engine man using the steam and brake attachment applied with the steam injector. 831 Operation Diesel Electric Locomotives. General diesel electric locomotive to be used with a single multiple unit service for the handling vacuum brake trains may be equipped with the Westinghouse 28LV1 brake equipment combined with the compressed air vacuum brake. Thus, on trains equipped with the vacuum brakes, locomotive brakes are operated with the compressed air either independently or in conjunction with the car brakes. In later cases, the air system acts as a pilot with the train vacuum brakes. B. The brake application. When the locomotive train brakes are applied, but the automatic brake valve is moved in the surface brake zone, but the permitting of the brake pipe, the air pressure to drop and at the desired surface rate, the rate reduction pipe, the pressure operates with the control valve admitting the atmospheric air with the vacuum brake pipe. Destruction of the vacuum with the vacuum brake pipe is a proportion of the air pressure brake pipe reduction made. The 28V13 control valve responds to the lost vacuum of the vacuum brake pipe to apply a locomotive brake Viva C2 relay valve. Simultaneously, the vacuum brakes are equipped with applied with the destruction vacuum Viva the VA1A control valve. On the vacuum brake train, either the desired air brake pipe reduction, the atmospheric air build up to the VA1A control valve operates to cut off the flow of the atmospheric air to the vacuum brake pipe. Thus, the control valve is lapped, holding the vacuum brake supply with the VA1A control valve will automatically maintain the desired degree of the brake application against the normal vacuum brake pipe leakage. Complete details on the operation of the equipment are obtained in manufacturer's instruction pamphlets. And that concludes the series set of the Chapter 8 Car Brake Equipment and Technical Manual 55203 Maintenance of a Railway Car.